Alright guys, so the winner of this video may be the fastest phone on the market. We have the best OnePlus versus the best Samsung. So let's go right to it. Now, this is going to be the toughest test I've ever done. Really going to be testing out the RAM for these. Of course, they have a ton of it, so need to make it more challenging. Now, for the first test, boot up. We have a slight advance for the Samsung. Alright guys, now for the specs. Both phones have similar sized screens, with the same refresh rate. Now both phones have one camera on the front, with the Samsung being a higher resolution. And on the back, both phones have 4 cameras, with the 4th being a different category. The Samsung has an option for more storage, but neither supports microSD. The Samsung has a larger battery, and it also has more RAM. Both phones are water resistant. Now at the bottom, both phones are Type-C, but unfortunately no headphone jacks. Both phones are wireless charging. And on the back, both are glass. Both phones support 5G. And the OnePlus is less expensive. Alright guys, let's get to it. Alright guys, you can do it. So first you have Reddit, OP, Spotify, OP, eBay, S21, YouTube, S21, iFunny, again S21, Instagram, very similar, Amazon shopping. Now if you're wondering why this Amazon app icon is outdated for the OnePlus, it's because they have not updated their app icon pack. We're on oxygen, but if you change it to hydrogen, then the app icon is how it should be. But I'm not a fan of these squares for it, so it's going to change it back. Alright, so last basic app we have photos. Again, very similar. Now for gaming, first we have Among Us. OP, PUBG, slight advantage for the OP, Temple Run, S21, PVZ, OP, Dr. Mario. Now for prior models of these phones, the OnePlus was always faster. It usually had better specs, more RAM, and just a much more efficient UI. A slight advantage for the S21. Real racing. So for Samsung, they used to have TouchWiz that was very, very bloated, but not the case anymore. OP. And now for the big one of Fortnite. OnePlus wins it. Alright, so for Geekbench, we'll run this in a few. Now for Chrome. And as always, record the web history. Alright, so first up, IGN.com, S21, IMDb.com, OP, OnePlus.com, slight advantage for the OP, Samsung.com, and no surprise, a slight advantage for the Samsung. Eyes of Glory, no copyright. Now for the speakers. Alright, so both phones are dual speakers. And first we have the OP. Samsung. And Masano. Alright, so both great quality. This is one of those rare times where I don't have a preference. I mean, either way, they're excellent quality. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now for the fingerprints. So a bit faster for the S21. Time now for battery. And we'll just bring up Temple Run. Time to check in. Yeah, no surprise, a slight advantage for the Samsung, which has a larger battery. Alright, so now for RAM. We'll just make it tougher for them. So it's going to record a video. Alright, so we're getting a warning on the OnePlus that the temperature is increasing. So this is an example, guys, of more RAM, you're probably better off here. And it might even power off in a second. The camera might power off. Alright, so the OnePlus overheated and turned it off. So back to start of Reddit. Refresh for the OP. Spotify. S21. eBay. Both ported. YouTube. Again both ported. Instagram. Good job there. Now let's bring up some of the gaming apps. Among Us. A bit quicker for the S21, but both ported. PUBG. Again, a bit faster for the S21, but both ported. Real Racing. Once again, guys, a bit faster for the S21, but both ported. So we're not going as far back as we were previously, but still a slight advantage for the S21. Fortnite. Alright, so pretty solid job for both. I mean, for the OnePlus, you had some restarts at the start, but when you don't go as far back, no restarts. Next, we have Geekbench. Now, the phones are overheating a bit, so it's gonna let them sit for a second. Alright, so let's run it. Alright guys, so slight advantage here for the OP. Now for camera speed. And now for the rear cameras. And the stabilization. Now for the wide. And again, the stabilization. We also have the maximum zoom, which is 10x for the OnePlus and 20 for the Samsung. Alright guys, so in the past OnePlus phones are always faster than the Samsungs, but that's not the case anymore. Now I would say I would like to see future OnePlus models really differentiate themselves in some way. Because at this point guys, I would say that the Samsung won this. Now that said, keep in mind OnePlus is still less expensive, so that's pretty important. But yeah guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more. And be sure to check out my comparison with these two and the iPhone.